and as kind of one of the veteran leaders on the team, kind of how did you speak to them about handling a game one loss and bouncing back?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been playing a game for a pretty long period of time, and I got a lot of experience with those guys. So it just feels like, you didn't walk for a week, but you know how to walk. So they make the game easier for me. With Steph, Draymond, Clay out there. So just knowing my skill set and how to be valuable and a weapon to the team, and just got to continue to keep being a threat and being in a position of being a threat to the defense, and then making sure that you're being sharp on the defensive end with a lot of the weapons that they have. And I think that's where experience kicks in, where it's not the shock coming back from a little bit of a layoff.
On the left side, first row.
Tatum had 13 assists. Looking back at the film, how important was that? And how do you hope to mitigate that?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's becoming the face of the league, and becoming a young talent, and we know how much pressure we try to put on those guys to kind of take the mantle of who's going to be at the forefront of the next generation, and his name's there as well deserved, and it should be. And he didn't shoot the ball well, but he made sure that he was effective in other ways, and that just shows kind of the the ultra maturity of a what is he, 23? He's 24. Even that is very young. So understanding, you're gonna have some off nights in the finals, and just the way he adjusted, you got to tip your hat to especially to a guy like him, with all that's coming with, what's in the fold for his career.
In the middle here, second row.
Andre, I think you said on your podcast, if the things you were dealing with physically were in the regular season, you wouldn't be playing. But now that it's the postseason, you want to play. Am I characterizing that correctly?
For sure.
In your own words, why is the prize of a championship so great that you'll put your body on the line?
That's a good question. So, it's really for the guys that are I'm playing with, different reasons. Some guys may not understand the magnitude of it all, and it's not their fault. It's just, this is your first time, and you're trying to process, everything that comes with being in the final. And then it's for, there's other guys, they understand, this doesn't happen so often. And I think what's happened with our group, or with the group, and you named it, I spoke about it before game one. I don't think the overall sentiment for those three guys after we won the first one was that they were going to continue to be this dominant, this long. And I think we take it for granted because we're so close to our athletes now. We're so close to them in social media, we start to forget and take for granted how we should appreciate them a lot more. It's a really long run to go to the finals. This group, 6 out of 8 or 9 years, whatever it is, it doesn't happen every day. Only the greats, the real greats, do it. LeBron's the only one around our era that's been able to have the same effect in terms of winning and getting this far. And we made it look normal to where people have taken it for granted or can take certain shots at us. Whereas in previous generations throughout sports in general, people understood how tough it really was, and now it's just so much access. We think it's just kind of like a walk in the park. Like, hey, let's just go down here and play basketball in the finals again. Where it's just a really tough road. So, understanding the importance, each chance you get, you got to try to maximize it because you don't want to look back and think, you let one get away. So, that's the sacrifice of playing through certain things.
Third row on the left.
Joseph Pavone, CLNS Media. Andre, looking back at that fourth quarter in Game 1, what went wrong for you guys, and how do you, moving forward, prevent that from happening again? What sort of adjustments do you think you'll need to make as a team?
That's a lot of chess playing. They did a good job with their adjustments, and they did a really good job with, doing what the game says. And, there's so much goes into a highlight play that we forget about, the small nuances, the gamesmanship, everything's Isaiah Thomas said it in my podcast, is we play in tenths of seconds, not in seconds or minutes. And, you just define minute things, even the way you close out or the way you attack the defense or your setup of personnel within the play and making sure that everyone's a weapon. And they did a really good job of getting their guys in possession to beat threats. And when the ball swings to them, you do what you do. If the game says shoot, you shoot. If the game says pass, you pass. If the game says cut, you cut. So they did a really good job with that. Well-oiled machine, well coached, and I'm enjoying this finals already because it's two high-level teams that are playing the game the right way, and it's playing with a high-level skill set as well. So you got the athleticism, you got the high talent, and you got a great skill set. So just a great matchup, and I think we're going to come out with a very deserved winner of the finals this year.
We'll take two more questions. Last row on the right. Switch.
Hey, Jordan. You can see you and Jordan at practice together a lot. Kind of, I guess, he was just referring to you like as his vet. What's the main message with him right now, and where have you seen him grow most mentally throughout the season?
Yeah, well, it's just, we're here now, and everyone wants to play well. Everyone wants to play at a high level, and, they're making adjustments, we're making adjustments, so it's just making sure we're on the same page. Part of being a great player is not just how you play, but how you help others play to their best ability. So we were just talking about, certain situations and how we can, mitigate some things that may be thrown at us and how we can adjust to different looks they may throw at us. And then same thing on the other end defensively as well. So, I think that just shows a guy who really wants to excel, wants to play well, and he's watching a lot of film and he's trying to learn as much as he can. So, you love to see that from a young guy.
Last question, second row here on the left.
Andre, Matt Votor, Mass Live. For your team, does the collective intelligence that you guys have as a group, basketball intelligence and otherwise, kind of set you guys up well for that chess game? Or you see what they do and figure out how to adjust to it both between games and in a game to kind of balance out the things that they're trying to throw at you?
Yeah, well, when we first start making the finals, first few runs, it was, we were the young team, seeing if we can adjust, seeing how we in-game adjust as well as between games. And, you've heard some sentiments with them now is that they're the younger team, how do they adjust within the game. And, with the background of the coaching staff and, with the Spurs having a great understanding and making runs, I think they're doing a good job of buying into everything their coach.
34 points for Steph Curry, including 21 in the first.